Hi, I'm Laura with L&B's Gardens and Blossoms, and welcome to today's video. As you can see from the title, it's quite a sad story, this one is. This lady is a new client that I've taken on. The gentleman that she has who comes and cuts the grass, he recommended me to her, gave her my number. So she got in contact with me and asked if I could help her. When I went and had a look at the job, just to see what needed doing, that's when she told me a story, and it's quite a sad one. Her husband, at the start of the year, became unwell, and as you'll see from the photos that I'll show you on the screen of how quite overgrown the garden borders were, he always said to her husband did that when he felt better he would tidy them up, because he knew how much she loved having a nice garden and how much, you know, the fact that it was becoming messy, it was getting to her. But she said to me that she knew that he wouldn't get better, and sadly he did pass away before he was able to tidy them. And it got to a point for her where she felt ashamed of the garden. She didn't like how it basically got too much for her. She says she can do little bits of weeding and here and there, but because it's quite a big area, especially for an elderly lady, she did struggle. And it got to the point where she just felt ashamed of it, and it was getting on top of her. She felt quite sad, and she did get quite emotional when she was telling me as well, and she was hoping that I could help her. And she said that she told, I think it was her sister, she was on the phone to her sister and telling her about the garden, how much it was getting to her, that it wasn't tidy, and she really wanted it, because her and her husband did like a nice tidy garden, and unfortunately it wasn't the case. And her sister told her, well, ask the guy that comes and cuts your grass, ask him, I'm sure he'd know someone that could tidy him up for you. Well, anyway, he knows me, because I also scarify another client of his that he's got. He tends to just cut the grass, he doesn't do any garden maintenance or anything like that. So that's how he got my number, and he gave that obviously to this lady, and she got in contact, which I'm glad she did, because I was really happy to help her. And went and had a look at the job and had a chat with her, and she says she did have someone else come and have a look, another lady, I think she was supposed to start it actually. I think this was a while ago, but she said it must have been too much for her because she didn't come back. It's a shame really, because when I had a look, yeah, there's a lot of weeds, and it can be quite a big job, but I'm so used to it. I knew I could do it, so which is I was quite happy to help the lady. I said, oh, no worries, I'll come and do it for you, that's not a problem. And she was really, really thrilled that I could help. So it took me a couple of visits, just because the first visit we did get quite a bit of rain, and that's why I've shown you some before photos. I didn't get a chance to do a walkthrough, so I put some before photos on for you, just to give you an idea of how it looks, or how it did look. It doesn't look like that now. I think that's everything. Okay, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you do, please share it and like it and all that jazz. It does help with supporting my channel. I do appreciate you all, and thank you for watching and taking your time out of your day to choose my video to watch. Anyway, enough of that guff. Right, I'll speak to you in a bit. Bye. now we're coming to the end of the video. Do hope you enjoyed it, and as you can see, it definitely looks a lot different now. And like I say, it took me a couple of visits, just because the first visit it did rain quite heavily and I didn't get a chance to get it all finished. But I've been back and finished it off, and she's really happy with it. At the end of every visit, she did come out and speak to me. She was just so happy, so ecstatic with what I've done. She's been telling everybody of how well the garden looks now, and she's so happy that she's found someone now who can keep on top of it for her. She also knows that I do summer bedding and spring bedding and things like that, so she's like, oh, I know who to come to in the future, and like next year when she wants all the pots and things filling out. And I also did a bit of edging of the lawns as well. You saw that. I didn't show all the edging just because, well, you get the gist of what I did. But yeah, because she said she'd have to edge the lawns herself, but I said, oh, you no need to worry, I'll do that. I've got my edging shears, I can do it for you. You know, I always do that little bit extra for folk. I think she said that the gentleman that cuts the grass, he had a bit of an accident or something with his trimmer, because I don't know if you saw in the video, but where the lawn edge is, there's gravel. So I think what he's done is he's accidentally used his trimmer or something, and he's flirted up a stone, and I don't know if it's hit him or it's caused some sort of an accident, but he doesn't trim the edges of the lawn or anything like that, so she would have to do that. But I said, oh no, don't worry about that now. I'll do that when I come and keep an eye on the borders, keep them weeding, keep them tidied. So all that was left to do really for that job is, I said, what I'll do now is I'll weed through that little rockery part, and then the major one I can just spot it with the weed killer if I see any weeds. And then sort of towards the end of the year, I've got this machine called a mantis. It's basically like a mini rotavator. I don't think you could tell from the video, but the soil was quite hard, so like my garden claw, I did struggle to rake it, you know, get it deep in there sort of thing and loosen it all up. So I was able just to break the surface off. So what I'll do towards the end of the year, I will get the mantis on it, just give it a bit of a rotivate just to loosen it all up, and do that a couple of times a year, and I'll just keep on top of it really. And then yeah, I think that's pretty much it for that garden. I don't think there's anything else, but like I say, thank you all again for watching. I really do appreciate your support, it does mean a lot. Right, okay, until the next time, take care of yourselves, and I'll see you soon. Bye.